Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday. This is the Till You Collapse podcast, and we're here four-way today. Four-way, Memo. What you know about that?
I have no idea.
So we got three cameras. Two of them are normal cameras. One, we're doing a TikTok live right now, just trying new things. And I'm gonna be talking about a certain subject I have in my mind that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. But we're also gonna be watching the live. Memo's gonna try to watch it. And if anybody on that live has any live Q&A questions about anything, mindset, fitness, business, anything that they're wondering, we're gonna kind of answer any Q&A questions if they do come in live, basically. So, Mem, are you watching that shit?
Yes,
is it going?
Yeah, it's going.
Is there people cutting in?
Yep.
Are they saying anything? Are they saying that guy's wearing another fucking sweatsuit, another day, another sweatsuit?
You have like 160 people on.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not
That's
too bad.
not bad.
Yeah,
But
170.
yeah, I mean, is it bad that I rock these sweatsuits every fucking day?
No, why would you? Why would we?
I mean, I'm just so comfortable. I feel like. I mean, is that a senior citizen thing to do?
That is a senior citizen.
Is it? But this shit's luxurious, baby. It's like silk on my skin.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice
really
stuff.
It is nice stuff. I agree.
You know, I at least I'm a swole senior citizen. You know, here's the thing. I built the life I wanted to live. I've worked jobs before where I had to get dressed up in a full suit every day. I've worked, dress codes and stuff like that when you work for companies and things like that. And part of the main goal of being an entrepreneur and living the life you want to live is doing whatever the fuck you want to do. So I wear whatever the fuck I want to wear to work every day. And for me, at 41 years old, at my stage in life, it's head to toe matching jumpsuits in different colors every day. And hey, it is what it is, right? And right now on TikTok, we have a promotion going on for them. TikTok's crazy, you guys. You guys need to be using TikTok. I know I made a podcast about that before, but live posting to it daily, it's crazy. And that's going to be part of what I talk to about today. I'm going to be talking about social media, and it's something I always talk about, but it's something that never gets old because it's so relevant towards your goals, towards your businesses, towards anything you're doing. Social media needs to be something you share. And I'm going to take you guys back 10, 15 years ago. When I started this business, when I started getting into all this shit, I'm going to share some of my biggest L's with you guys. And that's one thing is on social media, it's all wins. It's no losses. And in reality, life is all losses, once in a while a win. So it's like flipped reverse. You know what I'm saying, Memo?
Yeah.
Yep. Like life, if you look at someone's social media, it's just win, 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 me,
Yeah.
Typically,
yeah.
Those vacation pictures, the pictures in front of cool shit, the perfect angle, perfect lighting, right? You know about that because this guy
showing off all the good stuff.
Showing off the good stuff. But here's the thing: it creates a false reality for a lot of people, and losing is, the harsh reality of life. And this new generation and this younger generation, they're not used to winning. They're used to, it's okay, Johnny. Here's a participation trophy. You didn't really try, but you know what? You were on the team, so here's a participation trophy, and good job, buddy. There's no losers. Like, that's literally how we condition our kids and how we condition people nowadays. Where, the way I grew up and the way I believe is, no, there's a clear winner and there's a clear loser. And if you don't give it your all, and if you don't try your hardest, you don't earn a spot on the team. And you definitely will not win if you're not going all out, doing that till you collapse effort, leaving it all on the field on everything you do. Right? And the thing is it's just like, no, let's hide our losses, losing bad. You're not going to lose. Let's coddle. Let's shield. Let's make sure they never go through hardships. And then you get these teenagers and this new generation that as soon as they have adversity and as soon as shit gets tough, they've never lost, they've never felt it, so it's a huge deal to them because we're not supposed to lose in life. What's losing? When in reality, I've lost big multiple times in my life. And I've shared it with you guys before, and I'm going to share some of them today because you know what? I share my losses. And as far as my social media, I talk about losses too, but I try to inspire. I try to motivate, I try to educate, but if you go through my social media, you'll see my losses, and when I lose, I try to share it. And I empower you guys to do the same. I empower you guys if you're trying to build a personal brand, because nowadays personal branding is everything. If you're trying to build a business, you can do that with a personal brand. There's people with personal brands making millions of dollars because they built their personal brand, and then they decided, people want to buy from them because they know them. They're like, sell me something. And people decide what kind of company to make after they built up a personal brand. So I empower you guys. I share it with my kids. I talk to my kids about social media. I try to push them in the right direction as far as get started on social media, start inspiring, start showing what you like to do. And you can build a following. And as they grow up, they're going to be able to leverage that and benefit from it, right? And that's the main thing, But share your losses. All you guys listening to me right now, you guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of my coaching clients, I coach on social media. I coach, on business, on mindset, all that kind of stuff, fitness. What I talk to my clients about when I do the social media university is I talk to them about stop giving a fuck about what other people think and sharing your deepest, darkest losses. Because here's the thing, you'll be surprised when you start sharing your losses. That's how you really connect with people. People connect with that because everyone's experienced it. And it's something everybody feels. And a lot of times, like I just said, they don't share it with people. So if you have like a deep, dark secret, or if you have something that you're kind of ashamed of and you feel like it's quote unquote bad, because that's what society kind of teaches us, is losing is bad. And yeah, we want to win and you want to be competitive and you want to dominate. But in reality, look at losses as almost like a blessing. You lose and you learn from it. And you lose and you get that experience and you get that fire and you get back up and you use what you learn from that loss to continue to win. And you don't make that same mistake twice, and hopefully you pivot and hopefully you change and hopefully you use that to climb higher in the ladder. And the thing is share it, because when you share it, that's how you build a brand. That's how you build a real following, and really share it. Don't share half the story. Don't change the story. Just be vulnerable and be you, and share in your stories, in your post, whatever. Make your social media more relatable and more real, because that's real, and people, like I said, they'll connect with it and they'll learn from it, and like for me from the start, like I share my story, like I was an overweight kid. I was made fun of for my weight. I was ashamed of my physique, taking my shirt off. Like I taught myself I'm 41 years old. So back when I was 13, what year was it? I was born in 82. 10 is 92. I was what? 95. 1995. I fucking missed the 90s and the 80s, by the way, Memo. Fuck.
I wouldn't know.
I know you wouldn't know, but I fucking miss the 90s and 80s. I wish it was still like that nowadays. But how's the live doing? Is there no one on there?
There's like 6 people.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, it dropped down.
7?
Yeah.
That's sad. It went from hundreds to 7. I don't care. Here's the thing. That right there, it doesn't matter if you have thousands or if you have 7. A lot of you guys get demotivated with social media because you're like, I'm not getting that many likes. I'm not getting that many viewers. Everyone starts from somewhere. And here's the thing. There's 7 people on there watching as opposed to 0 if we weren't broadcasting it. So think about it that way. You're impacting 7 lives. That can be one huge client that jumpstarts your whole company. So start looking at it that way as opposed to, only got 7 people watching. Who gives a fuck? That's the way the lives are. Especially right now is the worst time. You want to do lives at night when people get off work. Right now, most people are at work. It's not the best time to do it, but that's when we're recording, and that's the reality of doing it. So just think about that is, who cares if you get 7 likes or 7 comments or whatever. Look at the positive from it, But anyways, I was young back then, it was a different world. There was no social media, no internet. I mean, no podcasts. I mean, AOL was just starting, that dial-up. You guys, who remembers that shit when that first started? And I remember for me, it was totally different. I didn't come from a family of fitness. Like you guys see me now, like my kids are in crazy shape. They're not normal for their age because they have me training them and teaching them nutrition and teaching them fitness from a young age because that's my passion. So I'm sharing my passions with my kids. But for me, I've never really, I didn't get shared that with my family. My dad, I've never really seen my dad work out as much as I would love to. I've been pushing him to all these years. It's not something he's into. It's not in his culture. It's not something he was raised to do. And then my mom, I do remember my mom. My mom actually got me my first gym membership, and she used to go with me back in the gym, and she used to work out, and she helped facilitate that back in the day. But in the very beginning, I had no gym membership. I had got a couple pairs of dumbbells, and I read, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, 800 pages, and I taught myself how to work out, and I taught myself about nutrition. And at that young age, I took the initiative, and I just made it happen. There was no podcast. Like I said, you couldn't Google anything. Like, could you guys imagine that? Think about how much you rely on Google, how much you rely on podcasts, how much you rely on social media, how much you rely on all that shit. Not that long ago, there was none of that available. So you had to take initiative and make shit happen on your own, which is people even struggle with doing that now with everything at their fingertips. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if it was like you didn't have that? What the fuck would you do? Good luck with that. And then I got in shape. I got in shape throughout high school, and that's what started my fitness passion, my fitness journey. And now at 41 years old, I'm doing pretty fucking good. Stretching out these motherfucking sweatsuits, making them look good like a geriatric fucking bodybuilder. Fucking memo. This guy. Anyways, growing up, and then I got in the personal training industry, and I killed it. I used to sell. I love sales, and as far as sales, you guys, you can always fall back on sales. So sales is an industry. I empower everyone to learn the art of sales. Really, how do I learn it? It's people skills. It's listening. It's experience like anything else. You can read all these sales books and stuff like that, but really, some people are naturally better at it because they're charismatic and their personality, and some people aren't. But here's the thing, like with anything, you got to put in the reps and put in the experience. Over time will make you better. But sales is always an amazing skill to fall back on, because any sales job, if you're at the top level of sales, you should be able to make six figures, multiple six figures, which is a decent living anywhere. So I empower you. I think everyone should learn how to sell to some aspect. And it's crazy too, like sales, people are so scared of sales. It's like they're scared to ask for money because a lot of times we aren't taught about money. Money is like a taboo, right? We don't talk about money. Families don't talk about money. Families don't share money and talk about it. And I definitely do that, being at this point I am in my life and giving my family the blessings that we have and the stuff that I never had because of what I've done over the last 10 years. I talk to my kids about money. I make them realize this is how much this costs. Do you realize that? Do you realize how much work it took to get this? How much it will work to take you to get this kind of shit if you want it? So then they don't take it for granted. They appreciate it. They actually realize, holy shit, we're going on this vacation that costs 50 G's. Holy shit. Like, yeah, this is what it took to do that. And you need to educate your kids like that and talk to them about money. The school system doesn't do it. What the fuck does the school system teach our kids on? They don't talk about money. They don't teach them about taxes. They don't teach them about shit they need to know. So I got in the fitness industry and I was killing it. I was a good salesperson and I was a good trainer. I love helping people transform their body because I've been there. I've been fat. I know how it feels. I don't like the feeling, and I know that nobody likes that feeling. So I loved helping people transform their body, their mindset. I was doing that at 18, 19 years old, before fitness was cool, before everyone was a coach, before everyone was a trainer, before social media. I was helping people lose 150 pounds. I was selling $30,000, $40,000 a month in personal training for big corporations. And I was loving it, And then, I left my passion. And don't ever leave your passion for money. Do not chase money, because typically when you chase money, it ends bad. Everyone I know, for the most part, that's chased money has lost it all at one point or another. And that's exactly what happened to me. You know, I got in the real estate industry. I did mortgages right before the crash. And, you know, I made a lot of money quickly. And I was young. I never had that kind of money. And I'll never forget, you know, making 6 figures in a month when I'd never even seen 6 figures in a year, you know? And, you know, my father had taught me about money, but it was more of a scarcity mindset, more of like save, 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 don't spend, 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 don't spend, save, that's it, you know, live within your means, and very scarcity mindset, safe mindset, which is more old school, right? Like now it's like spend, spend, spend to make more, you know, you got to use your money to make money. It wasn't like that. Back in the day, it was like just hold on to everything and live as frugally as possible, a safe life, you know, and that doesn't sound exciting to me. Obviously, you see my life now, and I like to enjoy my life, and it costs money, but, you know, I'd made a lot of money, and I spent it stupidly. I thought you know, once I made that kind of money, I thought it was here forever. And then the whole real estate market collapsed. And that's when I lost everything, man. At that point I had I had my first child. I had a family I was supporting. And for me, once that aspect of my life happened, that was my biggest goal. And that was my biggest task as a man. Like, I'm a father. I have a family. I'm providing. The old school, you know, the man goes out and works and provides. And that's kind of the demographic. And that's how I was raised. And that's what I took pride in doing, you know, and it just started for me. I had a 1.5-1-year-old baby. I just started for me. And then everything's crumbling around me. You know, everything's crumbling around me. I'll never forget ducking and dodging the repo man, trying to repo my car. I don't have a car. I can't get to work. You know, what am I going to do? Missing payments for, 4, 5, 6 months, calling me. My phone never stopped ringing with bill collectors. And I remember when it got repo, I remember vividly like hiding, turning all the lights off in my house. And I share this with you guys vulnerably because this is real. And this is one of my lowest points as a man and a father, as far as a chip I hold on my shoulder still to this day. You know, I remember turning all the lights off and, you know, me and my wife and my baby hiding in our house with all of our lights off at nighttime. So it's dark as fuck. It's dark outside. It's dark in the house. And there's men with flashlights like coming there to repo my car, looking in the house, searching for us, searching to see if anyone home. I had the car in the garage, so they couldn't access it, you know, but I vividly remember that shit. And that shit sticks with you. So if you guys have a memory like that, like, I know it stuck with you. Use that as fuel to your fire to never feel that feeling again. So whatever you have to do, and I know a lot of you guys are struggling, but go back to that moment and use that as fuel to your fire to work harder, work smarter, figure it out. There is a lot of hours in the day. I know you say you're working a lot, but are you really working? Like when I started this company, one of my companies 10 years ago, when I did all this to get out of this hole that I got in at this point in my life, I was working 15 to 18 hour days, like legitimately working 15, 8-hour days, 18-hour days. Like not you guys working 8 hours and running home and then doing you. Like if you're struggling or you're in a place that you don't want to be in life, like you need to do something about it. That's not going to get you there. Working your ass off with every waking moment you have in the day, that's what will get you there. That's what most people don't do nowadays. That's what people talk about doing, but they don't actually do. So if you're struggling, if you've lost before and you don't want to get there, I empower you to really check yourself and making sure that you're every day that your feet hit the ground and you wake up, your attitude and effort is 100% attitude and effort in everything you do. That's number one, the way you have to start every day. So if you're giving 100% of your attitude, 100% of your outlook, your mindset every single day, and you're giving 100% of your effort every day in all you do, in everything you do, because that's a reflection of us. How you do one thing is how you do everything. I talk about all the time, putting the cart back and that shit. That's how you live. And Memo can attest, little things set me off because they matter to me, because I know what happens when you live life like that. And I've lived it, and it's got me to where I've gotten. And I don't have, much more than that that's gotten me where I've gotten. Other than that, the discipline, the work ethic, all that kind of shit. So I share with you guys, my car got repoed. I had no car. My credit was shot. It was like $50,000 in credit card debt. Had no money in the bank. No credit. 400 credit score. I'm sitting here with a family that I'm supposed to be supporting, and I had to start back at square one. And that was like 12, 13 years ago. Not too long ago, And then I was like, I'm going back to my passion. I'm going back to my passion, and I'm going to work harder, and I'm going to work smarter, and I'm going to outwork everyone. And I got into gym sales, selling gym memberships, any entry-level sales job. I started as a new guy. There was 7 other guys on the sales team, and I got there first. I left there last every day, not some days. Every day I got there first. Every day I left there last. Every day I made more phone calls. Every day I gathered more leads. Every day I set more appointments. And within a year, I got promoted faster than anyone else. Because when you put an effort for your employers out there, when you go the extra mile, when you do things that most people don't do, you get recognized for it. That's how you get raises. That's how you get promotions. Like if you're not getting raises and you're not getting promotions, look in the mirror. It's not too hard. Like you get out what you put in. And I did that at that job, and I started running my own gyms, and then, keep grinding away, making, 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. And then 10 years ago is when I started Till You Collapse, this sweatsuit I'm wearing now, and when I started that company, that's when I really had worked more than I had in my life. Cause I was working about, 60 hours a week, 12, 15-hour days at the company for the gym. But then when I started my own company, I still, in order to support my family, I still had to work those 12, 15-hour days, those 60-hour weeks plus. But then it's like I have this new business I'm starting. I have to work towards that too. So not only did I have that base of, 12, 15-hour days here, but I was adding, 4 or 5 hours a day of starting my own business whenever I had what little free time I did. So there was like a year or two when I legitimately was sleeping 4 hours a day, and that shit's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not sustainable. Sleeping 4 hours a day is not healthy. It's not sustainable. Sometimes what's not healthy and not sustainable, not the best thing for you, is what needs to get done given the situation. Sometimes you got to do shit to get the job done that's not good for you. It's not the best thing to do, but it's what has to be done. And that's the difference between people that win and people that don't win, is we do what has to be done to get the job done, no matter what. Hell or high water. I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if I'm sick. I don't care if I'm hungry. I don't care about anything else. Is the job done? Yes or no? Well, I'm going to get it done, and my goals don't give a fuck how I feel. And that's in fitness. That's in business. That's in your mindset. That's discipline right there. Discipline does not give a fuck how you feel. Discipline doesn't care about anything, whether or not the work has got done to get closer to that goal. And that's in everything you do. So, worked my ass off. Built this shit up. I used to, that was for 4 years, not making any money. Can you imagine working? Think about what you're doing right now. Think about your mindset. Think about your money. Think about everything that you do on a daily basis. And I'm challenging you right now because I'm talking to you on this podcast, and I'm being vulnerable and I'm being real with you. And I'm just kind of taking it back today and just really hitting on some points that I think you need to hear right now, especially December 2023, going into next year. I know a lot of you are struggling. Fuck, I'm struggling. I'm real. And what I'm really challenging you to think is, how hard are you really working? Like how much are you really putting out there every day towards your goals? Because I was working 15-hour days, and I was not even making enough money to pay my bills. So I'll say it again. I was working 15-hour days. pretty much 7 days a week. And I wasn't even making enough money, a sole income. At that point, I think I had 2 or 3 kids. So a bigger family, right? I'm the only income. I'm working that hard. I'm working that long. And I'm not even making enough money doing that to make my bills, to pay my bills. And I had already lost everything once before. So you think I'm going there again? Because I got that chip on my shoulder that literally is frightening. Scared to go back there, driving me to do what I do every day. And I did what had to be done to get at least my bills paid. It wasn't like I was fucking, go vacation? Vacation? Time off? What the fuck is that? I didn't take a vacation for probably 10 years. All you out here are worried about vacations and trips and shit like that. I didn't take a vacation for 10 years. Now I take some vacations, and now I've gotten to that point, to enjoy, but at that point I didn't have the luxury of doing it. I couldn't even pay my bills. And that's what's being me being real with you. And here's the thing. There's going to be struggle in life. There's going to be those losses. There's going to be that period that it takes for you to go through that shit to get to where you want to be. And here's the thing. All of us want different things out of our life, right? All of us want different things. So some of us want huge goals and big things, and some of us don't. And it's all about really realizing what you actually want and having that clarity every day what you want. Because a lot of you don't want to work that much. A lot of you don't want to drive Ferraris or Lamborghinis or have $1 million homes or do, and that's fine. We all have different goals. So stop comparing yourself about these people on Instagram and people telling you this is the kind of life you should want. Like, have a real conversation inside of you. What do you really want? Because if you don't want any of that and you just want to live, a decent life and a comfortable life and a more balanced life, because a lot of people shoot for balance, because that's important to a lot of people, just do what makes you happy. Stop comparing yourself to all these people and stop trying to be what other people are. Is that really what you want? And that's cool. And I support you. I want you to win, and I want you to be happy in every direction what you want. For real. You don't got to be me, and I don't got to be you. And that's what's beautiful about this world. But the main power and the secret sauce is having some self-awareness of what that fucking actually is. And once you realize that, then you'll have clarity on your life, right? And then here we are, 2023. I'm doing more things than ever, and I'm literally doing more things than ever, making less money than I had in the past doing one thing. And that's the reality of it. There's different seasons. There's different things that happen in your life. But you got to keep going, and you got to figure it out, and you got to be real with where you at. And don't be delusional in where you at and what you're doing, Is there, how many people are on the live, Memo? 0?
Yeah, like 12.
Oh, so it's going up and down?
Yeah.
I know we said we're going to do a Q&A, but it's too hard to see if anyone's even saying anything or what they're
No
asking.
one's really saying anything.
Yeah, because it doesn't even say Q&A.
Yeah.
No one said anything, huh?
No,
Okay.
just some people commented about the conversation, but that's about it.
They commented, damn, that's a nice looking hoodie. Well, you can get one on TikTok shop, baby. Anyways, I just want to talk about some of the past guys, and I know a lot of you guys need to hear that shit right now and need to be reminded of it, especially in the season we're at, in the world we're at, and whatever's going on. Like I said, doesn't matter who the president is, doesn't matter how bad it is out there, you're going to have to find a way to support yourself and your family regardless. That doesn't change, so it doesn't change what you do every day. It doesn't change what you put into every single thing you do. So I'm empowering you to dig deep, have a good look at yourself in the mirror and really realize what are you putting in every day, and also realize what do you actually want. Get some fucking clarity going into this new year of what do you actually want out of your life, mentally, physically, financially. Who do you want to be? What changes do you want to make? And what the fuck are you going to do to get there? Bottom line. And not just because it's the first of the year, new me. Fuck that bullshit. Like, you should be doing that all time. But a lot of people are naturally think about that now because it's like a new year and the end of this year. For me, I just look at things on a very granular basis, like right up front of me. Like it's a day. Today's a new day. What am I doing today? There's no Monday through Sunday. For me, I don't care what the day is. I don't dictate what I'm going to do because of the day of the week. It's just another day. I have the opportunity to wake up and I'm still alive. What the fuck am I going to do with this day? Keep it simple. Literally break it down like that and realize that if you really go all in every day, stack those days together, you're going to win. You're going to be moving forward financially, physically, mentally, if you're really doing that every day. It's not by chance. There's no chance to that. You know, by you doing that every day, you're taking chance out of it. You're taking it that's in your control. So just realize that, guys. I hope you guys all crush it. I want you to win. I want you to be the best version of yourself. That's why I take time out of my day and I record this podcast and I make Memo sit there and fucking watch me, and he's getting paid to do this. Like, you know what I mean? That's why we do this shit. Because I want you to win. I don't have to have social media. I don't have to record a podcast. I don't have to do any of this shit. You know? Anyways, that's all I had to say. I don't have much to say other than that. Memo, you got anything to say?
Nope.
These guys just walked in with the mail. What the fuck are these guys doing? Anyways, love you guys. Appreciate when you share this show. We're out.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do.